From inside Rogers Center in downtown Toronto, MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. The Atlanta Braves and the Toronto Blue Jays. And this is the rubber match, Siggy.
And these games can really shape your season, Boog. You always want to come through when you have a chance to win a series. That'll boost confidence amongst the entire organization.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about set to go now. And on the hill in this one, Jose Urena. What's the word on him?
Well, last year kind of around the league average in terms of ERA. And you know what? That's why you have 5 different spots in the starting rotation. You've got to have people round things out. And not everyone's going to pitch like a number 1 or number 2 every outing or every season. But last year, he gave his team an opportunity and a chance to win every time he took the mound on average. And when you look at that kind of performance, it has a place on every ball club.
Grounds one to short. Bichette tosses to first. One up, one down. Here's Brian Snitker's lineup for the Braves. And a key factor for this club in that leadoff spot, Ronald Acuna Jr.
And Boog, he's a fun at bat to watch. I mean, definitely a threat whenever he's got that bat in his hands. But for me, it's all about the mechanics. They're so sound. And when he gets his foot down on time and starts his swing, so much consistency, that bat stays in the zone for a long time, and he squares up the baseball a lot.
Next pitch is outside. Ground ball left side. Handles, throws to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
2 down, base is empty. Here comes Ozuna up to the plate. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
He's going to have to make sure that he stays patient because he is the focal point in that lineup. They're going to pitch him tough. They're going to pitch around him. And when he doesn't see other guys doing anything, what you can do is become a little too.
And there's the third out. That'll do it for the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the first. 0-0. Back here with my pal Siggy. And on the hill here today, Spencer Schwellenbach.
Yeah, very respectable numbers last year. A sub 350 ERA. And, you know, guys like that, you may think, well, they're elite pitchers that are pitching sub 2s. They're dominating. But when you can have that kind of consistency, you know you have a chance to win the ball game every time he takes the mound. So, you know, good season last year. Opportunity for him to go out there and repeat it this year, possibly even improve. But I tell you what, if this guy's pitching for me and I'm playing in the outfield, I'm loving every minute of it.
Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. And a big factor for them in recent games, Bo Bichette.
He's been a solid force for his team right now. Kind of a fire starter when you consider an on-base percentage over 400 over the last 10 games. That's solid, consistent work. He's making things happen for this offense right now.
And first offering is fouled off. And that's in for a strike. 1 out, base is empty. Outside. 1-2 to count.
See if he can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading the count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And now 2 gone.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that'll do it. Down in order go the Blue Jays. We played an inning, no score. And we're back. Second inning set to go. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Matt Olson.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
Olson, a former Gold Glove winner, batting in the cleanup spot. And he's been on a good run at the plate, hitting over 300 in his last 10 games. Urania back to work. That misses, and that's ball one. There's the strike. Clyde Washington doing the umpiring behind the dish in this one. Sometimes considered a bit of a pitcher's umpire, Singy.
He likes the low ball, which traditionally favors pitching, but you know, hitters today are. So we'll see how it goes in this one.
Fans don't really understand the familiarity and relationship players and coaches have with umpires. I mean, you see them a lot.
Yeah, Boog.
Oh, and that deflects off his glove. The throw is still in time, so they get the first out of the inning.
He had more time than he thought right there. Probably didn't have to barehand it, but he made it look nice, that's for sure.
Here comes Austin Riley. That one's in there. That's strike one.
Looks like a really good fastball today. You can hear that catcher's mitt popping. Looking forward to hearing a lot of that one in this one.
And misses inside.
Riley used to be a pitcher back in the day, Boog. In fact, fans used to give him a hard time in his rookie ball days because he started the season with a long slump. He'd get messages questioning if he should go back to pitching, but turns out he made the right choice.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's two away.
It'll be tough for hitters to get on top of.
Jurickson Profar in the box with two gone and takes a look at a called strike. That one missed. Profar gets a piece there. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Bichette whips it to first. Profar is out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Braves go down quickly here. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here at Rogers Center, here's George Springer to start it off. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Profar settles under it, makes the grab.
Woo, he was all over that first pitch fastball, just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. Kirk launched a homer in his most recent game. Got him. And there's two down.
Well, he went up there trying to be aggressive, that's for sure, hacking at those first two pitches, but clearly that last one fooled him. He could have been sitting on something else entirely, but you want to be able to adjust on 0-2 and at least get a swing off when it's in the zone. Maybe choke up, maybe spread out your stance a little bit. You got to give the guy credit on the mound, though. He went right after it.
Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. Foul ball there.
Fell off to a great start. He's really cruising out there on the mound. He's got a chance to get through these first two innings with under 20 pitches. That could set him up to go deep into this game.
And that's off the inside edge. And now it's even 1-1. Second inning here, no score. Next offering is in for a strike.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
2 out, space is empty. The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk, and that's how they get their first base runner of the game.
Well, 2-out walks are never good, especially when you're trying to get back into that dugout, but he's still in a good spot. He's just got to refocus and deal with the bottom of this order.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. Blue Jays held in check. We'll move to the third with no score. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. There's the strike.
No ball. 1 strike.
Right through there for a strike.
That's excellent location on the fastball right there early in this game. If he can do that all game, should be a good outing for him.
Got him. Leadoff hitter gone in the third.
No, you know that's got to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well. And you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
Sean Murphy, batting with 1 down, takes the strike. Swing and a miss. And that is strike 2. Top of the third, no score.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Here's Orlando Arcia. The shortstop takes the ball. And that's a strike. So now 1 and 2.
1 ball. 2 strikes.
Next offering is outside. That one misses, and it's 3 and 2. Ronald Acuna Jr. on deck for Atlanta. Fouled off again, and it remains 3 and 2. On the ground to third. Fires across the diamond, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Braves. And the Braves go down quietly, and we are still scoreless. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well.
I close tight, 'cause who could understand what I feel like? Is what I feel like. I know it ain't right, but who could never listen and won't judge?
Swings through that one.
Well, these Blue Jays definitely being aggressive at the plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a little over-aggressive. The numbers tell us they're swinging at the first pitch more than 90% of the time, and that's an extremely high number, especially when you're not getting results, Boog.
That one not close, and that is 1. Just missed. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
Three and 2.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Well, that splitter out of the hand, it just sort of jumps on you, and your interpretation is, here comes a fastball again. Well, it never really reaches because the bottom falls out of it and you swing over the top. And that's why they call it a split-finger fastball, because it looks like a four-seamer.
And now here is Addison Barger. And the pitch. And ball 1. That misses the zone, and that's ball 2. Down and in, moved his feet.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Profar settles under it, makes the grab. So the lineup flips over. Bo Bichette up to the dish. Line drive. Harris hauls it in to end the inning. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays, and we're still knotted at 0. Back now in Toronto. Start of the 4th. Here's Acuna now. That's off the inside corner. Ball 1.
Well, here's a player who hits the ball a mile when he connects. In fact, Acuna is the first player in the StatCast era to hit 10 straight home runs, all traveling more than 420 feet. He's not exactly just clearing the fences out there.
That one is absolutely belted. Santander moving back for it. Hits the fence. And that's a leadoff double.
The last thing you want to happen is to swing at a ball out of the zone in a 3-0 count. That would have been a called strike, just like everyone in the stadium was expecting. Credit to the hitter for taking advantage of that situation for a double.
Now in for the Braves, Michael Harris II. Swing and a miss, strike one.
No ball, one strike.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time. That's a base hit. Headed for the plate. The throw in. It's offline. The run comes in, and it's 1-0.
We don't see this a whole lot anymore where hitters with 2 strikes are willing to shorten up, tighten up.
Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second. Save. Harris at second with nobody out. Base open at first now. And here's the intentional walk. They might be trying to set up the double play with nobody out. Matt Olson up to the plate. That one's in there, 0-1.
Big at bat right here with an opportunity to do damage. But on the flip side, ground ball, double play, strikeout, that could get the inning back under control on the mound.
That one misses. And that's ball 2. Traffic on the bases with one already in. Top half of inning number 4. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Here is Austin Riley. Just missed.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle. Doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
And a swing and a miss. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
You know, Boog, you often think of sliders more for that horizontal movement, but most of the good ones have both vertical depth and that horizontal movement, and that's what we saw right there. A good drop on the break and got him to swing over the top.
And that is out of play. 2 outs, couple of base runners at first and second. Bams another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now 1-0. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show.
I wasn't thinking about doing something like trying to get my music out, 'cause it mattered to me telling you.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the inning. Now the number 2 hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. There's a strike.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Now a blooper back behind short. Makes the catch, and there's 1 gone. Anthony Santander at the plate. He's 0 for 1. That's in there. Strike 1. Blue Jays down a run. Breaking ball inside. Going to count 1-2. That one lifted to left. Makes the catch for the out. And there's 2 away. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. Fly to left his first time. Line drive, base hit. And that extends the inning. Alejandro Kirk will hit next. Struck out looking at his first at bat. There's a strike. Springer leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Springer on the run. That's in for a strike. Safe at second with a stolen base.
Yeah, I like being aggressive right there with 2 outs. It's kind of a classic steal situation. You get thrown out, no big deal. That guy at the plate leads off the next inning. Now, a single to the outfield can push a run across.
The other way, and it goes just foul. Move to second, and Springer's in there safely. Swing and a miss, and he got him. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Look at me, not measuring up how I want to be. Pleased with small things and downgrades, never had to be new to me.
Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Urania back to work. And that's in for a strike. And it's 0-1. Albies, a former All-Star, 28 years old. And he's a native of Curacao. Guerrero makes the grab, 1 down. Here's Sean Murphy. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. And that's outside. And it's 1-0.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at-bat.
On the ground, right side. And that squirts through. So a man aboard now with 1 away. And next for Atlanta, Orlando Arcia. And that misses. And that's ball 1. There's a strike. On the ground. And foul ball. Man at first, 1 away.
Pitcher having a pretty tough time getting that swing and miss. 3rd foul ball in a row.
And down on strikes. Make it 7 strikeouts for him.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. You know, as a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire.
And a foul ball. 2 outs. Missed with a changeup, and it's 1-2. And there's a ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a chopper out to short. And that is the inning. Braves strand 1, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far. First pitch, not close. Outside. That's too low. And that's ball 3.
Expect for that guy to come right at you with a fastball, something in the zone, because he does not want to allow the leadoff walk.
Next offering in there for a strike. That is strike 2.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
And next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. He's 0 for 1. That's off the mark. Ball 1. Fly ball down the left field line. That's back. Out of here. His first homer of the year. It's 2-1. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth. When you have a team that hits home runs at such a high rate, they can get back in the ball game so quickly. That's why that leadoff walk was extremely costly.
Miles Straw next up for the Blue Jays. First pitch misses.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
And that is downstairs. 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0, he's put himself in a really good spot.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And that's down and away. A swing and a soft liner. Oh, he gloves it. Now the third baseman, Addison Barker. And first offering is fouled off. Still only 1 out here in the inning. That one missing inside. And a base hit. So that will bring up the top of the order with 1 away.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. This one popped up. Arcia pulls it down. That's out number 2. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 0 for 2 in this one. That one ripped. And it gets by him. Lead runner makes the turn at second. Coming home. He'll score.
Well, here we are, 3rd time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up.
Pierce Johnson will come in.
And that's a big potential run out there in second as he comes in trying to keep the deficit where it is. For the infielders, they got to be thinking about keeping the ball from getting by.
Oh, now this is blasted. Way back there. On its way. Gone. It's their second home run of the inning. It's 5-1. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now.
So 2 away with nobody on. And now the right fielder, George Springer, 1 for 2. Just a slow ground ball this time, but that rolls foul. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. Ground ball up the middle. Albies on the run, sends it over to first. It's there, and that's a great play. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was. And we're back. Here's the center fielder, Michael Harris II. Out to short. Now the throw to first on the run. Yeah! And he gets him. Nicely done.
Well, I think the key, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Ozuna up for the 3rd time here. Watches that one miss. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Outside low, and the count's even at 2. That's down and in.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
On the ground to third. Fires over to Guerrero. Ozuna is out. 2 outs, base is empty. Matt Olson next up for the Braves. And a foul ball. The Braves down by 4, and we're the top half of the 6th. Ball 1 there.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best stuff. Been painting the corners, working on the edges, and changing speeds. Just a difficult one. You tip your cap.
Swings and misses, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Offense held. Back here at Rogers Center, and here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Outside with a breaking ball. Foul ball. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Next offering is down low, and the count now even up. This to third. Riley fires to first. 1 up, 1 down. And now the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. Just missed. Fouls one off out of play, back to our left. Swings through that one for strike 2.
1 and 2.
Liner snagged at first.
Yikes, that ball was scorched, an absolute missile, and it almost becomes self-defense as the fielder. When one of those things comes screaming towards you, watch your lips.
And now the DH, Ernie Clement. Can't forget the 2-run shot he launched out of here in the 5th.
Yeah, one of the biggest swings of the game, Boog, as he looks to make even more of an impact in this at-bat right here.
They say you win.
0-1.
And the pitch is outside, ball one. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
And the batter now, Miles Straw. Lined into right. It drops in, gets away a little bit. Gets off a throw, and the throw's offline, safe at third. So 2 on with 2 away. Addison Barger next up for the Blue Jays. Swings and misses. That's strike one.
No ball. 1 strike.
Johnson fires. On the ground to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Blue Jays leave a pair. They leave this one, though, 5-1. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Eric Swanson.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Here comes Austin Riley, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Braves just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Now batting Jurickson Profar. Profar gets a piece there. That one catches the zone, and it's 0-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. The Blue Jays leading by 4 here in the top half of inning number 7. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Coming out of the bullpen and throwing BBs.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves, knowing that they can miss the bat.
Struck him out swinging. And he strikes out the side in the 7th. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Aaron Bummer. So back to the top of the order. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Bo Bichette. That one down the line, and that's just foul.
Well, these Jays, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent, hard contact. That's almost always going to lead to positive results.
Ring him up, says Clyde Washington. That's a strikeout. And now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Outside low, and that's ball 1. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Joe Jimenez up and throwing. Lee also throwing. There's the strike. Can't make contact with the sweeper.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
There's a swing and a drive. And no one can get there. Around first, heading for 2. In safely. It's a double and his second hit. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed and everybody is a step or 2 behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Inside, almost got him.
Two and one.
That misses. 3-2 now.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
First and second, 1 out. And the batter is George Springer, 1 for 3. Fouled off. He was late. Bomber deals. Strike 2.
No ball. 2 strike.
Just misses with that one. Gets a piece and stays alive. Guerrero over at second. Santander over at first with 1 away. Pitch misses, and the count is 2-2. Now a screamer into the outfield. And he makes the catch. Out number 2. And now the catcher comes up to him. Alejandro Kirk, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. On the ground to third. Over to Albies. That ends the frame. And welcome back to the ballpark. So here's Murphy now. In the air to left center. Santander racing after it. But it's the center fielder who gets there. And there's 1 down. So now to the plate for Atlanta. Orlando Arcia pitches in there. 0-1. Swanson in his 6th season. He features a 4-seam fastball, a splitter, and he works in a slider. Here's the 0-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate. On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Braves are set down 1-2-3. They're down here 5-1. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Joe Jimenez. Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. That one's in there. It's 0-1.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
This one in the air, center field. Harris has a beat on it. Hauls it in for the out. Now it's the DH, Ernie Clement. He's already homered here in this one. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Movement in the Atlanta bullpen. A right-hander is up and throwing. That clips the corner. swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Pitch misses, and it's 2-2. Got him swinging.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Straw now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there.
No, that's a ball.
2 down, nobody on. Near the bottom half of the 8th inning.
What's a good pitch there? Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Throw on to Olsen, and that is that. 1-2-3 go the Blue Jays. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Brendan Little.
Bringing in the lefty with a left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
So a man at first. Here's Marcell Ozuna. Little checks the runner. Harris gets back easily. And there's a strike. Little throws what a lot of people consider to be a power sinker. Throws it with serious velocity, but it moves a ton and it stays down. Varsho makes the grab, 1 away.
And Boog, against a guy like this, you grab your backup bat out of the rack. You don't want to take your gamer up there because you know there's a good chance it's coming back broken.
Olsen jumps out of the way of the first pitch. Grounder might be 2. There's 1. That's a double play. The ball game is over.
A little sigh of relief for the pitcher there, ending the ball.